Good morning, Rabbi Isai. Rabbi Isai, we're here in Austria. It's Neflois Habayr Mamish. You see the waterfall over here. You see the mountains. You see snow. Dozens of feet of snow covered with a little dirt. But we got to learn Torah in every situation, in every place. Says the Heilige Gemara. We discussed in the Mishnah that when you have a kana, even if it has a small hole, it's not treif. But if the kana has a hole the size of an iser, then it's treif. I should say kisela, but we're in the middle of the waterfall, so I said kisela. So says Rav Nachman like this. Rav Nachman, kisela ki yeser min kisela. Think about it. When I tell you I'm going to give you a test from daf beis till daf lamed, how many daf do you have to take a test on? Is daf lamed part of the test, or it's up until daf lamed? That's ad v'lo yad b'chlal. Daf lamed is not included, or daf lamed is included. So when I tell you everything is kosher, everything is green up until a sela. Beyond the sela, it's all treif. What about the sela itself? What about daf lamed? Obviously, you're not going to take a test in daf lamed aleph, lamed beis. You're going to have to take a test all the way to daf chav tes. What about lamed? What about the iser? From the fact that Rav Nachman says kisela, ki yeser kisela, he says that the sela itself, daf lamed, is like more than a sela. And we're going to go into it a little bit more. Up until a sela, obviously, is kosher. Everything beyond the sela, obviously, a hole larger than the sela, is treif. What about the sela itself? Exactly a sela. So that's the famous machlokes in Shas of ad va'ad b'chlal. Somebody brought a mashal in the other shir. You're supposed to say Borchi Nafshi on Shabbos, every Shabbos. It says ad Shabbos HaGadol. So do you say it on Shabbos HaGadol or not? Ad means, in that case, not Shabbos HaGadol. So if Rav Nachman says that when it's the size of the coin, it's already also streif, that means he says ad v'lo yad b'chlal. Because he's saying up until now it's kosher. This sela is not included in up until now. This sela is beyond. It's lamalo. We're going to see it's above. If it's below, it's included in what he said, which is kosher. But it's not. It's above. It's the next category. It's another mashal, a good mashal, is that in Dirshu they give you a test. They say from daf beis until daf lamed is the test. So do you have to prepare daf lamed for the test? So there's a stira, they say, in Dirshu itself, because when it comes to Gemara, it's not included. When it comes to Mishnah Bura, that it says that until Sif Lamed means including Sif Lamed. Okay, Ayin Shom in Dirshu. Next time I speak to Reb David, I'm going to ask him what's pshat in the contradiction. Akol Parim is going to tell me Lo Yehovel Nivra. But let's say, certain things it includes. When you say up until here, it means but including that. And some say up until, but not Shabbos HaGadol. So Rav Nachman says not Shabbos HaGadol included. It's not included. Kisel is above. It's already the next. It's already Pesach. It's already afterwards. Kiser, and when it comes to the kana, when it comes to the trachea, not the esophagus. When it comes to the trachea, the breathing tube, it's another type of coin, kiser. So when it's exactly a iser, ki yeser, it goes lamalo, goes above, it's already the next category. When he says up until, it does not include the word he used, the ki iser, the whatever shear he's using. It's already in the next category. So now the Gemara is going to ask, you didn't help me out last time. I told you to count. Now you have to count. Let's count together. Here's number one. You have a bed that has a string that's hanging off the bed. Strings themselves are not mekabel tuma. But if they're part of a kli, then they're mekabel tuma. So it says, if it's up until 5 tfachim, ad 5 tfachim tar, it's too small, it's not appropriate for any kind of malacha, so it's not a kli tar. But up until 5, where's the 5? What about 5 itself? My love chamisha kilamato. Chamisha is also tahar. Says Gemara, no, we're going to have the same question, same answer multiple times, maybe 7 times or so. Ad chamisha tvachim tahar. My love chamisha kilamato. Loi chamisha kilamalo. It's like Rav Nachman. When I mention a word, it means it's in the next category. It's not with the category that I'm mentioning it with. I'm not saying from 0 to 5, but the 5 is already from like 5 to 10. It's already in the next category, which is awesome. Tashma, which is a kli. Tashma, number 2, thank you. From 5 to 10 is Tomei. Says Rashi, a beautiful thing. What would people do with this string from 5 to 10? They would use it to tie a sheep to their bed Erev Pesach. To Mekayim the mitzvah. Says Rashi. Today we unfortunately don't have a Beis Hamikdash, so we don't bring the korbanos, and we don't tie a sheep to our bed. Al Kopanim, it says from 5 to 10, it's Tomei. Remember that. Tomei is a chumrah. From 0 to 5, it's tar, it's a kula, we would say. Now it's like a chumrah. So, my lav asar kilamato, it's in the category of asar loy, asar kilamalo. It's beyond 10. It's already a different category. Tashma, number 3, hadakin shibikli cheres. When you have small earthenware kalim, if they're broken, even if they're broken, but as the Gemara is going to say in a second, but if they say they could stand on their own. So you have a piece of broken earthenware that's just the bottom, or you have a wall, but it could stand on its own. So it has a shear that if it can hold this shear, it's considered a kli. Otherwise, it's a broken kli and it doesn't. It's not makabel tuma. Shiurim b'chdei sikas katan. Sikas katan means that you could wash, shampoo a young child. Vadlug. So if you could hold that small amount of soap, vadlug, that's the shear. Now adlug, what's adlug? My lav lug kilamato. Once again, we're going to ask a question of Rav Nachman. He says lamalo. Here seems lamalo. Loy lug kilamalo. Tashma, what number is this? 4. Milug ad saw beravias. Now we continue with these kalim. Once they're larger, they're from a lug till saw. It has to contain more than that. It has to contain a revius, like what we drink now. 80. What time is it? We have a camera. Everything's good, yeah? Okay, no, I'm looking at a message Mark Ashkenazi sent me. I didn't see it before. Okay. My lab so sorry. Melogat so revius. My lab so kilamato. We're talking about Kasha Rav Nachman. It's down. Loy so kilamalo. Tashma, number 5. Misa'avad sosayim b'chatzilog. That's the whole chatzilog. My lab sosayim kilamata. Loy sosayim kilamala. Oh, so it's only 5? Vatanyo asked the Gemara. All these you answer me that it goes shtims with Rav Nachman, that it goes to the next category lamala. Even though I thought it's lamata, Vatanyo, it says before in the brayso look kilamata, saw kilamata, sosayim kilamata. All these things that you just answered me, that it goes to the next category. By the way, if you don't like this whole advad b'chlal, it's mamish going to be over in a minute. New sugya, typical Chullin, every 2 minutes is a new sugya. Oh, but it says mufurish in the brayso that we go with kilamata. Says the Gemara the side, and this answers everything. Hasam l'chumra. When do you go kilamata? When it's a chumra. We always want to go in shiur. We want to go to the chumra. Says the Gemara, so we're always going to go to chumra. So if lamala is a chumra, we go lamala. If lamata is a chumra, we go lamata. When it comes to a woman and a stain of dam on a kesem, on a piece of beged, so over there we go lahakal. Why? Because the whole idea of ksamim, that a woman has to be concerned of dam on her clothing, that's only a derabanan, and memela we are mekel. Daikenami diktani alodahi chamisha kilamalo asar kilamata. Mefurish in that whole mishnah over there of kalim, we have the chamisha. We treat it kilamal because it's l'chumra lamala, and asar kilamata because once it goes above asar, it's not a kli. So asar would be like a kli, chamisha would be like a kli. But kitzer, you go from both directions. We're always being machmer in the shiurim. Rabbi say brand new sugya. Rabbi say we're on a bridge that's between Shemayim and Aretz, a couple thousand feet from ground level in between two Alps. Beautiful waterfalls, beautiful rivers. Mamish Neflois Habayra. Love to learn a little Gemara up here. It says in the Mishnah, Nitalat Choil, if the spleen is completely removed, the animal is not a treifa, it's kosher. So the Gemara makes a distinction, and you can look it up. I looked it up this morning on ChatGPT. There's a difference between removing a spleen completely and puncturing the spleen. If a human being or an animal has a punctured spleen, they could die. But if you remove it completely, then it's kosher. It says Gemara, Oma Avira Mishmei Derava, Lishano Ela Nital. Aval Nikav Treifa. It's only because it was completely removed, but if there's a puncture, then it's treifa. What about if you cut off a piece? Cut off a piece. What's worse, cutting off a piece or a hole? So that's also interesting. We'll see in a second. When the entire spleen is removed, then it's kosher. Aval Nikav, but if it has a hole in it, then it's a treifa. Masav Rabbi Yosi bar Avin v'Tema, Rabbi Yosi bar Zvida. If somebody cuts off a limb from within an animal, a pregnant animal, cut a limb from the baby. Is that called Ever Menachai? No. Mutar b'achila, you're allowed to eat it. Comes mutar through the shechit of the mother. But if you cut a piece off the tchoil u'menaklayos from the spleen and from the kidneys, also b'achila, you're not allowed to eat it. Ask the Gemara, you're not allowed to eat that kidney, that piece of spleen. Why? Because it is Ever Menachai. But mashma that the animal, the mother, you're allowed to eat. You're not. It says also b'achila, that piece doesn't talk about the mother. How could you eat the mother? It's missing a piece of the spleen, and we just said that if you poke a hole in the spleen or you take a piece off the spleen, it should be a treifa. If you remove the whole thing, beseder, but we're not talking about removing the whole thing. Just took off a piece. Says of course the animal is aser. You just made it a treifa by taking off a piece of the spleen. We're just trying to mimic the lashon of the reisha that says mutter, so we say aser in terms of the actual spleen itself. But about the mother is also aser b'achila. Okay, we said another pshat. When we said that making a hole in the spleen makes the animal treif, that's true for a hole. But if you take off a nice chunk of the spleen, it's similar to removing the whole spleen, and that the animal remains kosher. Nitla kloyes, it says in the Mishnah, both if the kidneys are removed, it's kosher. If it became diseased, one of the kidneys became diseased, it's a treifa. And Marava, where exactly, how exactly? It's in the place of the, how do you say charitz in English? A crack?
Crevice.
A crevice. Okay, there's a crevice. I'm going to show you a beautiful, here are the kidneys. This is a large animal, and the amount of fat that covers the kidneys is incredible. But I'm going to show you.
This is the head of the clothes. You move it to the side. You follow clothes. What's the clothes? Using the cool. And here you see the loben shebekunya. You can inside. It's got the loben shebekunya, and that's what they give you now. Where it's connected to the clothes.
You see the crevice over there where the white is? That's what you're saying, I believe.
Oh, not the crevices in between the kidneys.
No. The back crevice. The back. There's like a long line. It's one crevice, not a bunch of. It's a charetz, not a crevice. It's a charetz. It's like maybe there's a better word than crevice. More like a. You saw in the back. It's like the chivara de tusi masne, the white part that's underneath by the loins, masne. I asked all the rabbanim in Eretz Yisrael, the ones who make treifas, who paskin on treifas, v'amrli. Hilchas sekerachish bar papa halacha is that a kloya, that the kidney which became diseased, is a treifa. V'lei silchasol keravavira, and the halach is not like a ravavir that says that when there's a hole in the spleen, that it's a treifa. Le'amaron elo bekul shei. In the spleen, we're talking about where is it kosher in the thinner part. So here's Rabbi Weisfish again.
Diese Troll in the castle, it's got two parts to it. There's a thicker part in the hand and a thinner part on the hand. You've got a neck over here on the thinner part, it's kosher, later. You've got a thicker part, and you got the thicker part over here, and the thicker arms in your lungs. Those are straight.
If there's a hole in the thicker part, it's called smuchen. Thicker with sumche. When there's a hole through and through in the thin part, then it's kosher. In the thicker part, treifa. Like this right over here. If there's in the spleen, there's a thickness of a dinar. Then it's kosher. Amri b'marava. We say in Eretz Yisrael, kol hapoisel bereya, kosher b'kulya. If there's a treifa when it comes to the lungs, that is actually kosher when it comes to the kidneys. Sharei nekev posel bereya. A little hole is posel in a kidney, but kosher b'kulya. But in a kidney, it's kosher. We call, they say a lung. Okay. Sharei nekev posel bereya. A hole is posel in a lung. The kosher b'kulya, and that same hole is kosher in a kidney. And if something's kosher in a lung, certainly it's kosher in a kidney. So the Gemara asks a question. Mascular tanchuma, like 10 lines down, uklalu, is that really a rule? Varei mugla. When there's pus, the kosher bereya, that is something that's kosher. In a lung, upasul b'kulya. Where's that pus thing here? Right over here. Geschmack a picture. Pus in a lung is kosher. Pus in a kidney is pasul. So it's the exact opposite of what you just said. Varei mayim zakim, when there's clear waters, the ksherim hacha v'hacha, both of them are kosher. Now the Gemara says, Elo Amar Ravashi, treifas komendamis ladadi. What are you comparing treifas? We already had this Gemara. You can't compare one organ to the other. Remember, we had it. If you cut in the lower part of the leg, the animal will live. But if you cut in the upper part of the leg, the animal will die. Or the fakert, sorry. Cut in the lower part of the leg, the animal will die. Cut in the upper leg, part of the leg, I asked. If you cut a finger, the person will live. You cut the arm, he could possibly die. I'm saying the upper part would seem to be worse, but it's not. But over the Gemara is saying, according to Rashi, if you shecht an animal on his neck, he's going to die. If you do the same type of cut on his thigh, he won't die. So how you bring a raya from a thigh to the neck, from a lung to a kidney? They're two different organs. Zog the Gemara. When you find this water, it's kosher when they are clear. When they're cloudy, treifa. And even the clear water doesn't smell of a sriach treifa. If it has a smell to it, an odor, even if it's clear water, it's a treifa. A kidney that shrunk, bedaka, when it's a small animal, the size of a, how do you say poil in English? Certain bean, a legume. Bigasa, when it's a larger animal, at kanova benoinis. When the lower, here it is, it's completely removed. If it's completely removed, it's kosher, provided that a human being could feed it. That's an addition by the Goyim. The Gemara doesn't say that. Okay. If you can't stuff the food into its mouth and it's going to die like that, then it's a treifa. Says the Gemara, another sugya. It says if the womb was removed, Tana, it's the same word. Haim, hitar pachas, vishal puchas. Anytime the Gemara will mention one of these three words, you know it's talking about the womb. Remember this guy right over here who's scared. So one of its lungs shriveled. Now listen to this. We say b'dei shemayim kshera. Second line it says b'dei adam treifa. If it happened, a person went boo, and it got so scared that its lung shriveled, treif. Reb Shimon ben Elazar omer av b'dei kol habriyos. What is Reb Shimon ben Elazar adding? The first part, that b'dei shemayim kshera, or that b'dei adam is treifa? He says all the briyos. Let's say a lion went rah, scared it, then it's what? It's treifa or it's kosher. Ibaylu Reb Shimon ben Elazar. Was he saying anything with the Shemaim is kosher? Also, when lions do it, or even people. Is he arguing? He says even people that scares is like a b'dei Shemaim. Oh yeah, or the sefer that says that a person that scares an animal, it's treif. And I'm telling you, other creatures, it's also treif. They call it brios, not only a person but even a lion. Tashma, it says Mefurish, the Sanya Charusa b'dei Adam treif. Well, it says in the Brisa that if it happened through a person, that you got scared through a person, it's treif. They call it brios, not only a person, even other animals. So you see that he's machmer, he's not mekel. Rav Rechana was walking in the desert. He bumped into a bunch of rams. The tzamik ready to do. Their lungs shrunk. Also, he didn't want to throw them out. What should I do? This is the rule. In the summer, you should take a white earthenware, to put cold water in it, and leave it there for 24 hours. In the summer, you take a white earthenware and put water in it, and it cools off the lung, and you leave it there for 24 hours. And if it goes back to where it was before, then that's considered heavenly. If it goes back, it's kosher. Viloi treifa. Sorry. Yeah. Besifsa. But in the winter, icy meshichli shichume. Do the same thing, but with a black earthenware. And fill it up with warm water. And put the lung in there for 24 hours. If he goes back to its original form, it's kosher. Viloi treifa. And here we have a little short video. Says Gemara Agluda. Torah Rabban Agluda, Remeir Machshiv, Chacham Poistam. So it seems like there's a machlokes between Remeir and Chacham. Remeir says that an animal without skin is kosher, not a treif. Ukvayei the Lazar, Safra of Yochanan ben Gudgal, Agluda Psula. And they say it's possible. Amr Shimon ben Elazar, Chazar by Remeir. Should know the Remeir retracted. He holds that an animal without skin, a gluda, is possible. McLeod, the Shimon ben Elazar, pligi the Remeir begluda, and Shimon ben Elazar holds that no, Remeir still argues. But Tanya, Shimon ben Elazar himself says, here he says before, Remeir agrees to Chacham that it's possible. Okay, the other people say it's possible, but Remeir holds it's kosher. Like Chachamim. And if there's left over a little bit of skin, the size of a sela, kosher. Because the whole idea is, Rabbi Yisai, that if there's a little bit of skin left, it could regenerate and it could heal. But how much? So what does it mean that they didn't argue? The Remeir didn't remain with his machlokes. Sometimes a person gets stubborn. A person is in an argument and he wants to win. Everybody wants to win. I'm a winner. I never lose my arguments. My entire life, I always tell my wife, in an entire marriage, I only lost to you twice. It's a certain gaiva, I don't lose arguments. If one piece of skin the size of a sela is left on the animal, kosher. Heicha, gifvaldika pictures. Where exactly is this piece of skin? Could it be on his nose? Could it be on his toes? Like where? It has to be on the entire top of the spine. As the Gemara is like this, very, very skinny, narrow, on top of the spine. Get schmacka pictures. A sela worth, like a fishing line, long, very, very thin, but long. Iboilu, the Aruch V'Katan is very long and thin. The Chimitzarvelo, you have a Kisela, when you put it all together, it's one Sela. Dilma, Beroich of Sela B'nei HaShedra Kula, or perhaps it's very wide, something like this. This. A little thicker. That should be the Sela, the whole size, the whole length of the spine. Zog to Gemara. Toshma, the Parsha of Rabbi Shmuel Shmuel, Baruch of Kisela Pnei Kol HaShedra Kula. It is a Sela wide and as long as the whole spine. In other words, many Selas. Rav Arachano Omar, Roshei Prokim, it has to be on all the joints. Here's Roshei Prokim, a beautiful job they did here. You see on all the joints, on the knees, on the thigh, on the spine. Rabbi Elazar ben Atikas Mishum Rabbi Elazar ben Yani Omar, welcome to Tiburoi. But how do you say Tiburoi in a nice way? Belly button.
Navel.
Navel. Boy, Rabbi Yani ben Rabbi Shmuel, Nita Makom HaShidru Kulei Nikayom. Oh, so now he's saying if the skin must be on the shedra, and it's a no place on the body but the shedra. So what if you do the reverse? It's on the entire body, missing on the spine. I thought we had a picture for that. I think yeah. Here, he has hair everywhere. I mean, skin everywhere, but he's missing the spine part. It's a great character. Come on, it's an original. Got pious, the whole zach. It's a kras of the pious, with the board. He's drooling. He has a thermometer in his mouth. He has a box of tissues.
You love it.
It's chashuv. Walking around. He's a yarmulke. Guy that's drinking kapel. All right. What if he's missing from the navel? He's missing. He has everything, but his navel is missing. He must have that also. He has everything besides the joints. My teiku. All that's a teiku. Should we stop over here? Have a wonderful day.
Merit the schus of spreading Torah throughout the world. Sponsor a shir today. MDYsponsor.com or sponsor at MDY.com.